Hello friends, welcome to today's prenatal yoga class. It is cloudy. It looks like it's gonna rain. You can't see, but my window is actually behind the camera. And so typically it's super sunny. Today it's kind of overcast. And so it just has that super chill vibe, which is kind of what I was thinking anyway for today's practice. I woke up super sore and just tight, and I figured today should just be a really good stretch. We're gonna take it easy. We're gonna stretch it out and have some fun in the process. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully you also appreciate a little bit of stretch. If you need a block, grab them. Strap, a pillow, anything that helps you in your practice to keep it safe and keep it stretchy and beneficial for you today. So we're gonna start just standing on our mat, grounding, breathing deeply. We're gonna take our practice super slow today. Big inhales. Exhales all the way. Start by inhaling those fingertips to the sky. Cactus those arms down and back. We're gonna round them around like we're hugging a giant exercise ball and arching that back around. Let's open them back up to cactus and then raise them back up to the sky. Big inhale, exhale. Cactus arms back, open the chest. Hug that giant exercise ball. Back to cactus. And inhale up. Let's forward fold down, bending at the waist. Again, we're not going to aim to touch the mat, just whatever feels good for you today, just hanging. Gonna slowly move up and down, just stretching out the backs of those legs. Again, you can bend those knees if that feels good. It's your practice today. If you're flowing up and down, let's pause at the bottom. Do some circles with those arms. Then opposite direction. And let's ragdoll, roll it up. Big inhale, fingertips to the sky. Let's open out those arms wide. Bring behind our back, clasping fingers, opening up that chest again. You can lean back slightly if that feels good for you. And then back to neutral. Let's roll it down again. Fingertips toward the earth. Again, you can flow up and down or stay stationary. Make sure you breathe. We're gonna pause at the bottom, circles with those arms. Opposite direction. And then roll it up. Open those arms wide. Big inhale. Clasping those fingers behind your back, opening up that chest, leaning back slightly. And then release. We're back in our mountain. Let's do some shoulder circles. Let's inhale those fingertips, tips up. Folding down, we're gonna, if you need to, bend at the knees to get those hands to the mat. Step it back to our table. Table is one of my favorite positions. Pregnant, I don't know why, it just releases all the tension in the back. Just letting your belly hang down toward the earth, lifting that collarbone up. You're not forcing it, just whatever feels like natural movement. And rounding that back up, tucking that belly in, chin to chest. Back down, collarbone up, stick that tailbone out, and then rounding it back. Back to neutral. We're going to take that right foot, take it toward the back of your mat, pushing that back heel, that right heel to the back of your room, stretching at the back of that leg. Releasing any tension back to your table. Just going to lift that right leg up slightly. Just balance on 3 legs. Bring that leg back down, back to your table. A couple more cat-cow stretches at your own pace. Whatever feels good for you today. Back to your table. Taking that left foot back to your mat, pushing that left foot to the back of your room. Releasing any tension, lifting that left foot up, balancing table. Then back to your mat, into your table. This time let's push those hips back, bring those hands forward to melting heart. It's like a child's pose, but with your hips up toward the sky. Find it more comfortable in child's pose. This is a great opportunity to stretch out those hips. Releasing back up to our table. This might take a little bit of movement on your part. However it's comfortable for you, we're going to bring that right foot closer to the top of your mat. Sometimes it's more beneficial to come all the way up and then come down. We're going to do a low lunge. It's almost like a dragon pose. Right back a little bit. So you guys can see. So right foot's forward, and left knee is down. Again, this is where the blocks can come in handy. If this is where you're at today, that's totally cool. The goal is that right foot forward and you're pushing that left hip forward. So yes, you're stretching that right leg, but you're actually also stretching this left quad. And again, this is what feels comfortable for you. Your knee can be straight. You can fall out to the side a little bit. The goal is to just stretch that muscle. Sometimes it feels good if you want to flow through, kind of pushing toward the front and then releasing. I like to move a lot of times through poses, especially ones that feel stiff. So you can move or you can pause. Really flowing through that hip mobility. Let's pause our movement, bring that right foot back. Bringing it back is usually easier than getting it forward. Then we're going to bring that left foot forward. Again, so this is where blocks might be your friend. If you're not able to grab the ground in a comfortable way. Again, left foot is forward, right foot is back. You're hinging at the hips, pushing that right hip forward. Finding where the blocks are comfortable for you. Again, you can be straight or bent out slightly. That's where you're at. And again, you can flow through or just pause. It's an area that might be super tight. Again, don't push it. Just feel what's right for your body today. pause our movement. Bring that left foot back. Let's come back down to our table. And just flow through either cat and cow or wag your tail. That's where you go side to side, looking at either ankle in a lateral movement. If you have any tension in those hips, working it out here. Next, we're going to flow into our pigeon. So bring that right foot, right knee close to your right wrist. That right knee is going to bend. Again, you can fall to the outside and lean forward to stretch that hip, or you can be right on top of that foot, or you can bring that foot toward the front of your mat and be there. This is different for everybody. Everybody is different. We're going to be in our pigeon here for about 30 seconds. So find what's comfortable for you today. You can be up high, you can be down low if that's available to you. Again, everybody is different. Your low pigeon, coming back up to high, walking that toe forward, coming back to your table, and working through your cat-cow, or wagging your tail, whatever feels good for you. We're going to bring that left foot forward, left knee to left wrist, finding your pigeon on your left side, again high, low, knee tucked. You can be on this outside if that feels better. We're going to be here for 30 seconds, high or low. Low, coming back up to high. You have to walk those toes up a little bit on the right side to bring that left foot back to your table. We're going to work it out. And then we're going to swing those legs around, coming to a seated position. We're actually going to lay down. We're not going to be down for too long. I know it's not really safe to be on your back for too long. We're just going to be here for a couple stretches. So we're lying on our back, knees are bent. We're going to straighten those legs. Bring one right knee in toward the chest, just grabbing behind the knee. Then switching, left knee in. Switching. Both legs are straight. Let's just give a quick full body stretch, pointing those fingers and toes in opposite directions. Feels so good. Let's roll onto our left side. So we're gonna do some quad stretches on our side, which might be a little safer. So you can use your hand to support your head, or leave it on the mat, what's comfortable for you. We're gonna leave that bottom leg bent, but grab the top leg, which should be your right leg. We're gonna, just like if you were in like PE in elementary school, you had to do quad stretches. We're just gonna pull that heel toward your bottom, stretching out that right quad. Again, don't force it, which is what feels comfortable for you. Releasing, we're gonna roll to the other side. Again, take your time, fix your yoga clothes, supporting that hand head and hand. I don't know why I keep saying that. Taking that top leg, which is your left, to your left hand, pulling back that quad. Releasing, using that hand to come back up towards seated. We're going to be in our staff pose. So it's legs extended. Sometimes it's helpful to sit on a block. I find it helpful. It just gives a little bit more distance to the mat. It's a little bit more comfortable. So staff pose, legs are extended, shoulders are tall and long, hands are toward the mat. We're going to start with just a few deep breaths. Raise those fingertips up to the sky. Walk those fingertips slowly as far as you can go. I mean, I literally can go like a centimeter. That's okay. We're just going to curve that back a little bit. Tuck that belly in. And then release. We're going to bring our feet to a diamond position. So you're going to let those hips open. Feet are facing each other. Again, tall spine. Shoulders are relaxed. But reaching toward the ceiling. Letting those hips feel heavy. Inhaling those fingertips up. Again, caving slightly, reaching toward those shins, just arching that back a tiny bit. And then releasing. We're going to move into our deer pose. So keeping that left leg bent, you can remove your block if you're on one. You're now going to bend that right knee so your legs kind of look like an S shape. We're going to be up high in our deer today. So just leaning slightly. Again, leaving room for the belly if you have to adjust a little bit to the right or left. Just leaning forward. You're going to feel this in that front hip. Swing around, switching legs. So right leg comes forward, back leg bends. Again, those legs are in an S shape. Tall and long, leaning forward slightly. Releasing. Let's come to our easy seat. So those legs can be crisscrossed. They can be in a diamond position, whatever feels good for you today. And shoulder circles, front and back. Do a little neck stretching and we'll wrap it up. Strap that chin to our chest. Letting your head feel heavy. Raising your chin up to the sky, stretching the front of the neck. Back to neutral, right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Back to neutral. We're going to do a big circle with our chin. If this makes you feel dizzy, you can always open your eyes or skip it. Changing directions. Back to neutral. Bring that head up. Spine is tall and long. You're going to inhale those fingertips up. Dropping that right hand to the ground, we're going to arch over with our left. And swaying to the left, arching over with the right. Look above that hand. to the right. And to the left. Really stretching out that side body. And release. One more time, caving that spine, just like that cat-cow movement. Dropping that chin to the chest and then opening it up toward the sky. Flowing through. Pausing in neutral. Then we're going to come to our most relaxed position on your side or on your back, whatever feels good for you today. You can use a block under your head or between your knees. We're going to have our 1 minute Savasana. Time of peace and gratitude and stillness. Bringing life back to our body, wiggling those fingers and toes, rotating your wrists. Finding your way back to your most comfortable seated position. Bringing those hands to your heart. Big inhale and exhale. Finding gratitude for our practice today. The light in me sees the light in you. Thanks so much for being here. Namaste.